Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to more WWE 2k15 Universe Mode. My name is BrendenPlayz. This is the main event and Smackdown coming off the epic old school Raw. And of course, before that was the Night of Champions pay-per-view. So if you missed those two big hour-plus long episodes of Universe Mode, you have to go back and check them out right now. As we have this week's main event, it's going to be the Ascension taking on Tyson Kidd and Cesaro. Now that should be very interesting. Ascension's second match here in the WWE. Their first one was a loss. Dolph Ziggler's in action. He's going to take on Rob Van Dam, who's back in singles action, apparently. And we have a new debutant, Adam Rose. He's here. He's going to face Bo Dallas and Rusev in triple threat action as the Ascension, they knock off Cesaro and Tyson Kidd. Ziggler and RVD. It is Rob Van Dam knocking off the United States Champion, and we're going to play this triple threat match. Alrighty guys, so Adam Rose is here, but before we get to Adam Rose, it's going to be Bo Dallas, and he's back. Are we going to believe in Bo Dallas today, who hasn't had a great run? Let's be real, he hasn't had a great run here on SmackDown so far, but you know, he's picked up the odd win in here and there, and you know, potentially Bo Dallas could get himself in the IC title picture if he can start to build some wins together. How long will that take? I don't know. I just don't see Bo Dallas really doing it right now, but he's certainly trying his best at this current point in time to really turn it around and become something. So how long will it take for Bo Dallas to be that something, and will it happen on SmackDown? Will he need to go over to Raw to achieve his goals? I don't know. But of course, we had some big moments happen at Old School Raw, and before we get to that, here comes Rusev. He's had a couple opportunities for the IC title in the past without luck. So can Rusev... He's certainly struggled in recent months, so it's time for Rusev to try and get himself a win. So Old School Raw, we saw a lot of returns. We even saw a couple of debuts as well. So it's very exciting to see a lot of legends come back and a lot of legends appear for the first time here in Universe Mode. So, you know, I thought the show turned out pretty well, and I'm pretty happy that you guys gave me a lot of great feedback. I do apologize for the lateness of this video. I tell you right now, I have been trying all week to make videos, but my goodness, it has been a lot of trouble right now for me. My recording, I don't know if it's my Elgato, I don't know if it's my computer, I don't know what's going on, but recording videos is very difficult right now. It's just not working out the way I would like it to be, and that's really frustrating me. So I'm trying my best, but sometimes my best just isn't good enough. Alrighty, so here comes the return of Adam Rose. I think I said before it was his debut, but I believe he's been here on SmackDown in the past, and he's been out, but he is back. He's repackaged. He's a little bit more, let's put it, eccentric, as he's ready to come back to SmackDown here on main event. So the return of Adam Rose. It's good to see him back here in Universe Mode. Didn't exactly have a great run first time round, let's be real. He didn't really set the world on fire at all, but he's back to try and get a couple of wins next to his name and try and turn his career around, and he's in triple threat action here against Rusev and Bo Dallas, who are all trying to do exactly the same. They're all trying to get themselves in contention for that Intercontinental Championship, which of course is now held by Dean Ambrose, who defeated Bray Wyatt at the Night of Champions pay-per-view. And I guess rumors have been running wild. Will Bray Wyatt have a rematch at Hell in a Cell against Dean Ambrose? And I can confirm right now that Dean Ambrose and Bray Wyatt will have a rematch at Hell in a Cell for the Intercontinental Championship. Now, will it be a Hell in a Cell match? I'm not sure. Will it have some kind of stipulation applied? I'm not sure. But for right now, it's just a standard one-on-one singles match, and we'll have to go from there. So why don't you guys leave some suggestions in the comment section down below. What kind of match would you like to see Dean Ambrose and Bray Wyatt have at Hell in a Cell? Leave a comment. Intercontinental Championship will be on the line there, and you can go to BrendenPlayz.com to see more details about that announcement, and a hell of a lot more. We've got some, if you're wondering what's the deal with Hell in a Cell right now, you can check it out on the website, and you can see a little bit of information about it, and of course, you can see a little bit more information about just about everything to do with the Universe Mode over there. So at the moment, it's Rusev and Adam Rose going at it, Bo Dallas watching on. And now Bo Dallas gets his hands on Adam Rose, and he's going to take him down with a clothesline there. So let's have a look at Rusev, Bo Dallas, and Adam Rose, and you can really compare each other quite nicely. I mean, none of them have really achieved anything. Rusev probably the better out of the three at the moment, and all three really need to try and kickstart their careers somehow. I mean, we see Rusev, he's been solid at times. You know, when he debuted here on Universe Mode, you know, he had a pretty good run. I mean, from February to March, even April, Rusev was doing really well, and we all thought perhaps he would be Intercontinental Champion at WrestleMania. I thought personally he'd probably be the favorite to win that one. Didn't happen. And, you know, Rusev was on a roll, and he just didn't come back from that, did he? And he tried, he struggled, and, you know, he just hasn't been able to have the best run in recent times. And so I think Rusev just needs a big victory like this match right here to kind of kickstart him into something. And I think Rusev can be something here on Smackdown. A lot of people probably thinking that Rusev might need to go to Raw to kind of kickstart his career over there. But I still think Rusev has a lot to prove, and he hasn't exactly achieved his pinnacle here on Smackdown yet. So I think Rusev still needs some time to develop here on Smackdown, and he can use Main Event as another platform to do so as well. He's a cover by Bo Dallas, not going to get the pinfall though. So Rusev can use Main Event Smackdown as a great avenue to gain more experience and get him going a little bit here. You know, if he beats two other guys who are in the same kind of boat as, wait a minute, the Bo Dog by Bo Dallas, is that enough to put Adam Rose away? He's going to go for the cover. Rusev is there. I think Adam Rose got his foot to the rope. It breaks that one up. So Rusev can use a match like this where he has two other guys in very similar positions to him to his advantage, you know, and this could be a big match for him to win. And likewise for Bo Dallas, hasn't achieved much at all. And Adam Rose hasn't done the same. You know, he's struggled as well. So all three of these men can really do with a big victory. Adam Rose, it's his return tonight. He would love to return with a win here in Main Event, and that would certainly give him a bit of an edge heading in towards his new Smackdown tenure. And I think, you know, all three of these guys deserve to be on Smackdown and should stay here on Smackdown. I think Smackdown right now isn't exactly overcrowded with top contenders for that Intercontinental Championship. You look past Bray Wyatt, you look past perhaps a Big Show, a Rey Mysterio, you know, who could argue that they could go up to the world title or back down. You know, a CM Punk's been in and out as well. Bad News Barrett probably looking towards the world title and also the Intercontinental Championship. So a lot of those guys that have been very good now are turning their attention to that world title picture. So that leaves the door open for a Rusev, for a Fandango, for a Jack Swagger, for a Dallas, for Adam Rose, who have been okay, but if they start to get some wins together, they start to turn it up a little bit, they start to perform, then all of a sudden they could go from being a guy he's okay to a guy, well, this guy's the next big thing, this guy could be our next champion. And I look at Fandango as a perfect example of that. You know, he's a guy who was doing okay. He was very mediocre, wasn't exactly setting the world on fire, wasn't having the best run, similar to the other three guys in the ring right now, but he started to win. Got some wins together, built a lot of momentum, and got himself a couple of championship opportunities. Did he succeed in the end? No, he didn't, but I think that's just a learning curve for Fandango. He probably had these big match experience that some of these guys, you know, would be craving to have, and he could use that to his advantage in the future. So even if these guys don't win, you know, it's a good opportunity for them to get in the ring with the best of the best here on SmackDown and try and win a title. And, you know, being in a standard match compared to a title match is so much different. And so somebody like Adam Rose and Bo Dallas, who haven't experienced that yet, could really do with that experience. And I know Rusev, he struggled ever since the title match, so he's obviously, you know, suffered from a lack of confidence. You know, probably thought to himself, okay, I had the opportunity, I missed out, and now, you know, my career hasn't exactly prospered since. Adam Rose looking to put Bo Dallas away. Rusev was right there. I wasn't getting too excited because I knew Rusev probably going to finish that one off. And at the moment, it's really even game between these three men as Adam Rose tried to put Rusev down again. Rose and Bo Dallas now going at it. Bo Dallas busted right open as well, by the way. Rusev just watching on, watching Dallas and Rose go at it. So there's plenty of room for all three of these men to prosper here on SmackDown. Whereas I think you look at Raw, you've got Kane, Mark Henry, you've got Ryback, Daniel Bryan, Roman Reigns, you know, Alberto Del Rio. You got so many guys, it's so difficult to really get anywhere on that brand. 2, 3, wow, okay, out of nowhere, Adam Rose has just been pinned by Rusev. I'm shocked. I did not expect that to happen. Adam Rose has just been taken down, and Rusev picks up the win. Rusev picks up the win just like that. There you go. So Rusev needed the win, and he's got it. Adam Rose, his return has been spoiled. He's been pinned clean in the middle of the ring, And Rose is done. He's down, and Rusev gets the win, gets the W. He comes away with the important victory here tonight. And that's a big victory for Adam Rose. Sorry, for Rusev over Adam Rose, I should say. As Adam Rose, yeah, look at that. He's just, he hit the suplex on Dallas. Rusev just went for the pin on Adam Rose. Didn't have any offense in at all. Nothing happened to Adam Rose, and he just got pinned. What is going on with Adam Rose there? I have no idea. I was wondering what the hell just happened. But Rusev just pinned Adam Rose after Rose hit the suplex. Did Rose give everything he had in that suplex? I don't know. But well, now let's move on to this week's Smackdown. Every single day of this week, I've been listening to every one of you idiots telling me what to do. Telling me that I made the wrong choice. Telling me that coming to Smackdown was a mistake. Everybody has been saying you should have stayed on Raw. You should have cashed in on the WWE Championship where you belong. It's a brand that you've succeeded in, whereas Smackdown is a brand that you failed in time and time again. Cashing in on the WWE Championship is not the challenge, it's not the title, and it's not the man that I want. You see, Undertaker, you thought that I forgot what you did to me at WrestleMania? WrestleMania 30. Over 6 months ago, it was me and The Undertaker. Hell in a Cell, I told the world that I would beat the streak, that I would finally win the big one, that I would finally beat The Undertaker and prove to each and every one of you that I deserve the spot that I've been given, that I deserve to be where I am today, and I deserve all the accolades in the world, and that I truly am the best in the world at everything I do. But I failed. And not only did I fail, I was embarrassed. The Undertaker beat me in a mere number of minutes. I was embarrassed in Hell in a Cell in front of 80,000 people. And that's not the way that I wanted to leave my lasting impression on SmackDown. Because you see, the night after WrestleMania, I was drafted to Monday Night Raw. And everybody knows I didn't want to be there because I wanted my revenge on The Undertaker. I wanted The Undertaker at Extreme Rules and I couldn't get it. I asked Paul Heyman, I asked Edge, and they would not give it to me. So I had to find another way to get back here on SmackDown. And when I saw The Undertaker win the World Heavyweight Championship, I knew it was my time. I knew that if I won Money in the Bank, that I would become Mr. Money in the Bank and I could pick and choose my spot. I could choose when to end The Undertaker's World Heavyweight Championship reign in a matter of minutes. And I saw The Undertaker at Night of Champions. I don't know why Sting came out. I don't know why he laid The Undertaker out, but he did. And it was the perfect time for Y2J to cash in. And you see, I had the respect to give The Undertaker a few minutes. I didn't want to beat him in 30 seconds like he beat me. I have the respect for you, Undertaker. You see, I know you don't have the respect for me, and I know all these people don't either, and I don't care. But I am now the World Heavyweight Champion. The big one has been won by me. I have beaten The Undertaker. And now, I am the king of the world. And I am the king of SmackDown, finally. So the World Heavyweight Championship is what I want, and I now have it. But what I need is I need The Undertaker one-on-one at Hell in a Cell. And I just don't want this to be any regular match. I want this to be the match that started it all between The Undertaker and I. And that is a Hell in a Cell match. So I don't care who I have to get permission from. Undertaker, I'm calling you out. You and me, one-on-one at Hell in a Cell for the World Heavyweight Championship. I'll give you what you want if you give me what I want. And trust me, Undertaker, there will be no respect at Hell in a Cell. I will embarrass you just like you embarrassed me at WrestleMania. And I will prove to the world that I am better than you. And that Chris Jericho is the best in the world. Chris, I commend you. You took the opportunity that you had and you used it to your advantage to win gold. I certainly know what it feels like to do that. In fact, I've done it many times. And I applaud you for doing that, Chris. But really, You want to challenge The Undertaker for a one-on-one match at Hell in a Cell? Do you really know what you're getting yourself into, Chris? I mean, last time you two faced in a Hell in a Cell match, you were beat up, you were destroyed, you were dismantled, embarrassed in a matter of minutes. And Chris, I actually want my main event of Hell in a Cell to go more than 3 minutes. So if you think you want to challenge The Undertaker in a Hell in a Cell match, I don't think you really are ready for this. But if you say you are, I will give you the match. But Chris, promise me that you will give me more than just a couple of minutes. Because I know that you think you are the best in the world, but I don't think that. I don't believe in that, Chris. I am yet to be impressed by you, and you may have won one big one, but I don't think you can win 2 big ones. So at Hell in a Cell, you will face The Undertaker in a Hell in a Cell match. But Chris, don't let me down, because if you do, your future here on Smackdown could be a very short one. Well, Chris Jericho is confident, but exactly confident in Chris Jericho. But it is confirmed Hell in a Cell and Undertaker one-on-one. But here on Smackdown, we have Paige. The former Divas Champion will take on Naomi one-on-one. The Primetime Players are in action. They're going to take on the Lost Matadors in a tag team match. John Cena and CM Punk. Geez, they've had some matches in their time. They're going to have another one here on Smackdown one-on-one. Luke Harper with Eric Rowan in his corner is going to take on the only Uso left. It's Jey Uso, it's Luke Harper. Jimmy Uso, of course, destroyed, dismantled at Night of Champions. Can he get his revenge on the Wyatt family tonight? The Big Show, he's going to take on Brock Lesnar in singles action as well. And our main event, Bray Wyatt, the former IC champ, will team up with the new World Heavyweight Champion for Jericho's return match here on SmackDown. He is going to take on the Intercontinental Champion, Dean Ambrose, and the former World Heavyweight Champion, The Undertaker. So Naomi versus Paige, it will be Paige getting a win. Titus O'Neil and Darren Young, the Primetime Players versus the Lost Matadors. It will be the PTP getting another victory. John Cena and CM Punk. There you go. CM Punk, probably an upset there, so he gets the win as he tries to get himself back in the world title picture. Harper with Rowan taking on Jey Uso. Can Jey Uso get his revenge for his brother Jimmy? Can he do it? Yes, oh, he can. Okay. Jey Uso gets the win, the lone Uso left. I am hearing rumors that Jimmy Uso could be out for a number of weeks as Brock Lesnar beats up the Big Show as well. We'll talk more about the Usos in a moment as we get ready. Here comes Bray Wyatt. And we'll just touch on Jimmy Uso now. So obviously Jimmy Uso destroyed by Bray Wyatt's men, the Wyatt family. They were absolutely, I don't know, it's just tag team gold, you know, straight over textbook. Frequent tags, just hitting and hitting and hitting Jimmy Uso until he had nothing left. Jimmy Uso couldn't do anything. Jey Uso kept saving the match, but I kept saying that Jey Uso probably should have ended it. And I mean, his brother was getting in there. And I'm hearing Jimmy Uso could be out for 2 to 3 weeks at least. Potentially, he may be out for Hell in a Cell. So, if get a revenge or a return match against the Wyatt family, he may have to do it alone. Jimmy Uso might be there. I don't know. I mean, will he have to wait? I don't know. But it's going to be at least 3 weeks, I'm hearing. 2 to 3 weeks. Potentially, it could be worse. We're not exactly sure on the condition right now. But Bray Wyatt entering the ring as here comes the new World Heavyweight Champion, Chris Jericho. And boy, did we hear some words a moment ago. I mean, Chris Jericho fired up. He says he wants The Undertaker. He wants revenge on what The Undertaker did to him at WrestleMania. And it was an embarrassment. Let's be real. Undertaker destroyed Jericho in a matter of minutes. After Jericho, he attacked The Undertaker, cost The Undertaker's opportunity to be a part of the world title match at Elimination Chamber. And Jericho, he wanted The Undertaker. He tried to get into The Undertaker's head, tried to prove to the world that he could beat the streak and win the biggest one of them all. And he failed. Now, in the bank at Night of Champions, he cashed in. He's now the World Heavyweight Champion, but he has to try and beat The Undertaker again. This time in the match that started Cell. Is Jericho an idiot to challenge The Undertaker for a Hell in a Cell match? Perhaps. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below. Is Jericho an idiot, or is he playing it smart? You know, he wants to get revenge on what happened to him at Hell in a Cell. In Hell in a Cell at WrestleMania. And what better way to do it than by beating Undertaker in the match that kind of ruined Jericho for get-go, and that is Hell in a Cell. Revenge. You beat a match that, you know, nearly ruined Chris Jericho's career. Many of us said Chris Jericho's done. No way he can come back from this. And as Jericho said, never got the opportunity for revenge, but he did at Night of Champions, and boy did he do it in a way. He took the... but it was to Sting here. And let's be real, The Undertaker, he won hardest fought matches in his career here in Universe Mode. Match against Batista and Brock Lesnar, and I know Batista, he's out with a minor injury this week. He'll be back next week on Smackdown. Brock Lesnar, he's still around, and he got a tough match against the Big Show. But you know, The Undertaker, you know, he managed to come away unscathed from that match. But after the match, Sting, he came out for the second time. First time was at SummerSlam, but he never attacked The Undertaker. It was just a stare down, and Sting, I suppose, sending a warning message to The Undertaker. He walked away, but this time, at Night of Champions, the Stinger struck, and he struck twice with a Scorpion Death Drop. He then got on the top rope and just stared and looked down on The Undertaker, just showing dominance. And then he walked away. Chris Jericho walked in, and he cashed in on The Undertaker and took the title away. So it was official. Jericho cashed in Money in the Bank, and he's now the new World Heavyweight Champion. The first time he has won a singles championship here in Universe Mode. It's been a long time. Jericho's had a lot of opportunities, and he's failed. Winning the big one's been tough work for Jericho, but he becomes 2 out of 2 for our Universe Mode cash-ins. Mark Henry, of course, cashed in the first time, now Jericho for the second time. So 2 out of 2 for Universe Mode cash-ins. Jericho becoming the second man to do so, and he cashed in, well, for the second time of the world title. Both times have been on the World Heavyweight Championship. So Jericho, first time he's won a major title, and he did it against the man that probably it meant the most. And I suppose when you think about it, you look at Jericho's situation. He could have cashed in on the WWE Championship, and you probably could have said he could have won. He beat The Rock, he's beaten Triple H, he's beaten Randy Orton. He never managed to beat Seth Rollins, though, and Seth Rollins won that match. So perhaps in the back of his mind, he thought, okay, if Seth Rollins win, I might back out on that. But, you know, I personally just think Chris Jericho had it in his hold mind. Wait a minute, Sister Abigail already to Dean Ambrose. Ambrose is down. Wyatt's going to go for the cover. Here it is. And Dean Ambrose kicks out at 2. It was very early in the match. Nearly snuck away with a quick victory. And wait a minute, another one. Are you kidding me? Sister Abigail again. Oh, 2 in a row. Bray Wyatt. 2 Sister Abigails in a row. But lucky for Dean Ambrose, The Undertaker's in this time to break up the pinfall. Ambrose could be out of this one early. Oh. But, yeah, just to finish the point, I just think that Chris Jericho had in his mind the whole time. As long as The Undertaker had the world title, he was going to cash in on the dead man and get himself that title and try and get his revenge on The Undertaker. And it's probably a perfect time, really, with Hell in a Cell coming up. And we now will have 2 Hell in a Cell matches. The other one confirmed is the 6-man Hell in a Cell match for Monday Night Raw. Seth Rollins will defend against The Rock, Triple H, and Randy Orton, with 2 mystery opponents to be named in coming weeks as well. And we now, of course, know it will be Bray Wyatt and Dean Ambrose one-on-one. I'm going to put a poll up on the website with some match selections. So go on the website, BrendenPlayz.com, and I will put a poll up there, and you guys can decide on the stipulation for that one. And I don't know what I'm going to do, but you guys can pick for me. What the... Is he going to go for a 3rd Sister Abigail on Dean Ambrose? Are you kidding me? A 3rd Sister Abigail just like that. And Dean Ambrose is down and out. Bray Wyatt struggling to get over to Ambrose to get the cover. Paul Heyman he's livid right now. He can't believe what's going on. As Wyatt's going for the cover. Very close to the ropes though. Undertaker, he breaks it up at 1. Oh. Ambrose could have been down and out just like that. Bray Wyatt, 3 Sister Abigails. Jeez, Ambrose is in a lot of trouble. He needs to get the tag ASAP. And what's he going... Is he going to go for another one? He's going for another one! What the hell? Ambrose, he's... Again, another Sister Abigail. 4 to Dean Ambrose. It's got to be over. Dean Ambrose gets his hand on the rope, though. How is Ambrose still in it? Bray Wyatt is absolutely dominating Ambrose. It's just ridiculous right now. Ambrose, he races to the corner, gets the tag, and the former World Heavyweight Champion, The Undertaker, is in the ring. And we might be seeing Chris Jericho come in very soon to try and get himself a piece of The Undertaker just weeks out before Hell in a Cell. Jericho got plenty of The Undertaker at Night of Champions. And The Undertaker, he was down and out. He was struggling, but Jericho took The Undertaker apart. It was one code breaker that did the job, and that was it for The Undertaker. As back body drop there by Bray Wyatt. Down goes The Undertaker. Is he going to think about a tag? No, he's not. He's going to continue the offense. The two former champions going at it right now. Former Intercontinental Champion Bray Wyatt. Former World Champion Undertaker. And, of course, Bray Wyatt's men, the Wyatt family, still tag team champions, as we alluded to earlier on in the show. So the Wyatt family domination still continuing. But they are down, minus a bit of important gold right now. So Bray Wyatt and his men need to kind of regroup. Bray Wyatt can get the IC title back at Hell in a Cell. And like I said, you guys can vote for the stipulation at BrendenPlayz.com. And there's, Bray Wyatt could potentially put The Undertaker away here. 2 kicks out at 2. Bray Wyatt hitting his signature maneuver there on The Undertaker. Well, I might be looking to put him away with the Sister Abigail. No, he doesn't. Hits the big knee to the skull of The Undertaker for good measure right now, as Undertaker is struggling. And he's going to go for a pinfall again. Undertaker kicks out before the count can occur. I don't think Jericho's really had much action in this matchup yet. I can't even recall if he's been in it. As Bray Wyatt takes down The Undertaker, but The Undertaker sits back up to his feet. Here we go. Can Undertaker build something? Kick to the midsection of Bray Wyatt. Undertaker trying to fight back. What's he got left in the tank? Oh, wait a minute. Bray Wyatt's going up. Suplex. Yes, there it is. Undertaker with a suplex. Down goes Wyatt. And Undertaker trying to fight back in this one. He suffered some damage. I don't know if it's even wise to contemplate bringing Dean Ambrose back in this one, who suffered 4 Sister Abigails already. Can you believe that? And oh, wait a minute. Undertaker just tosses Bray Wyatt like a rag doll. The 300 and plus pounder. Bray Wyatt just being tossed around by the deadman. Of course, the 300 pounder in his own right. 6'10" as well for good measure. Undertaker dominating Bray Wyatt now. And the tables have turned. The former world champion back in this one and now dominating. Look to try and put Bray Wyatt away somehow. He's going to just toss him away again. Undertaker showing some dominance right now as Chris Jericho watches on. And he's happy not to really get involved in this one. I'm sure Jericho probably just wants to scout the Undertaker out. He's just 4 weeks away from his first ever championship defense. And you have to wonder, what's the future for the Charisma Code as well? I mean, Christian has just been left high and dry. Where's Christian involved in all this? Is Christian still... Wait a minute, hold that thought! Bray Wyatt, Sister Abigail, now on the Undertaker is Sister Abigail to the deadman. The cover, is this going to be enough to put him away? 2! Ambrose breaks it up at 2. So you have to wonder, what's the situation right now with the Charisma Code? Christian's still on Raw, I guess. I mean, he's got to be still on Raw. And, oh, wait a minute, Jericho now entering the match, finally. And he might be looking to pick up the pieces here on The Undertaker. So the Charisma Code, their future certainly in a lot of jeopardy. In some doubt. Picking up his bags and heading over to Smackdown. And just leaving Raw without any notice. And we'll have to wait and see what the future is for the Charisma Code. But right now the future is Jericho and The Undertaker in the ring right now. Undertaker, he would love to get some revenge on Jericho. Jericho would love to continue the dominance he has on The Undertaker right now. And this is their first matchup that's arguably kind of fair, but obviously The Undertaker still suffered some damage before Jericho gets in there. And like I said, going to try and pick up the pieces. Uh-oh, is he going to try and turn him around into the walls? We saw him hit this maneuver last night, but he didn't even try to make The Undertaker tap. He just... Wait a minute, Undertaker in trouble! Oh, he stays alive. Jericho wanted to hit the code breaker to pin him 1, 2, 3 clean in the middle of the ring. Jericho going to roll Undertaker over for a cover though. Is the walls of Jericho enough to put the Undertaker away? 2, 3, that's it! That is it! Just like that! The walls of Jericho was enough. He had the walls in long enough. He worked down the back of The Undertaker that's already suffered so much damage in the past week. He's had some hellacious matches. And Undertaker could not survive. I mean, he competed on Raw as well. You have to remember, as the Brothers of Destruction defeating the Wyatt family. And now, Jericho has pinned The Undertaker again. So it was not a fluke. It doesn't matter about Sting. Jericho's pinned the Deadman again, the World Heavyweight Champion. Well, has he impressed the Rated R Superstar, the Smackdown GM Edge? Is that enough to convince that Edge that perhaps at Hell in a Cell these guys will have more than just a couple of minute match and they will put on a classic? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us again for another edition of Universe Mode. I apologize for the delay, hoping to fix my recording issues this week. It's been a pain. I want to get some 5-star wrestling up in the future as well. A lot more to come here in Universe Mode. Thank you so much for watching. Vote on the poll, BrendenPlayz.com. See you on there. Check out the forums as well. Make sure you subscribe and leave a like on the video as well. And I'll see you all in the next episode coming up real soon.